Okay. Really need to make sure I check my microphone before I start stream. Because sometimes Windows and OBS just decide to disagree. Okay. So recording scores. I think I need to make that a private variable. So let's not do that. This should move up. Let's say I mean that's a constant of some form, so private enumerable of score record scores. And what we'll do is when we're ready up, we'll set that. We'll loop through that. All right, so this is what adds it to the screen. But now we've got this, we can say scores dot what do I want to say here? So we need to know, basically we need to know should we capture the input? And that's just any where the score is greater than, right, S goes to S dot score, right? So if it's greater than one of those scores, then we should record it. That's as simple. Okay. Then what I need to do is I need to just enable some input fields. So this is what's challenging here for me is the order in which these things have to happen. So I've got an input field, right? So if we run the application, see if that shows when I die. Why do I never enable that? Game manager. Ready. Play death occurred. So I just added an active flag on the player. It said if not active, return. So on unit here, disable, ready up, active is true. Why wouldn't that run that? If not active. Right? If not is active, return. That's that behavior, right? So let's see. So on unit hit, if our help is 0, then is active is false, visible is false, so we disable the player. We start the input. So the reason being that I want to ready up should be good enough. I think I call that from the game manager. Restart game, play it already up. That's it. Okay, that's why. That's why that wasn't working. I'm ready. You do that, and that'll fix that problem. So we don't need to do that there. Because again, we don't want to necessarily show the player. till we say, yeah, show the player. Okay. There you go. Let's solve here. Okay. Oh no, we died. Okay, so our import is in the totally wrong place. Uh, like it'd be nice if it could show in the right spot, but that would be difficult. Okay. Um, Game over. I think I have import keys on the game over screen. Yeah, I've quit. Shoot. I think we're gonna do a different key there. Just so I can't accidentally run through these things. Set a new key. Uh, Restart. Add to keyboard keys. This also makes this actually let's make that that for now. Um I don't want to be fighting this, right? So high score shows, there's the label there. What I want high score to do is show that below the scores. This is a grid. Column is 1. I don't put scores. Let's go. So that adds them in. Score component initiate. Add child. So as is child of high score anyway. That's why I need to get the container. Var container equals get specify name. Get node. That would be scores. Then container to add child. Let's see if that changes that behavior now. Maybe that's the wrong control, being that it's whining at me for not having. Even that one was complaining. Container by itself says no purpose unless the script configures children placement behavior. If you don't intend to add a script, use a playing control node instead. I can click it. Okay, so you can do that. Let's see what that looks like now then. So I'm learning about layout of Godot controls. I'm learning about, you know, yeah. See, that's not loading my high scores in now. Because that's no longer, that's a control, isn't it? I bet that threw a bunch of, yeah. Scrolls. Try that. Okay. Now it's showing it, and it's showing it above my input, but everything else doesn't get pushed out. That's interesting. So I need to control the thing I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to control the um I'm trying to control I'll maintain at least the positioning of the scores relative to the actual high score table. Why is it condensing everything into one line though? Let's have a look. Why do I do that? Well, there we go. So we have game over has a VBox container, has a high score, which is a VBox container, which has the scores and that. Does this? I'll move that screen. Huh? Morning, line. How you doing? How's things? Uh, can I manipulate that? To... Oh, you can. Nice. Um, just what I need. I need to be able to manipulate things. Expand. Expand. Oh, that works. Size flex horizontal. Alignment. So for now, whatever I do on the game today, I'm gonna kind of put a pin in it for now. The game dev I'm enjoying generally, but my brain is focused. Uh, just typey away. Excel style filters on a grid is not very easy to implement. Ouch. You've got to implement them from scratch, not using a third party component. Okay, so that size flags. Try that. Let's see what that does differently. This VBox container layout transform fill expand horizontal expand vertical. Let's see. Dip, dip. Oh, well, we got it there. I don't have to know, but it's the direction I went. I haven't been using any third-party components this far. Ooh. Morning, Kindle, or good afternoon. Portal 2 taught me anything. It's the potatoes are smarter than you think. How's it going? Yeah, yeah, I know, and yeah, I'm in that sort of mood. um, and the office having AC feels cold. Uh, we're due another day of 95 here. I'm going well. I'm going well. Like I was just saying, for now, I'm thinking I'm going to put a pin in this game dev journey. Hi, important guy. Good day. just purely because I really, really, really want to focus on what I've been doing with the main app right now. The funny thing is, these videos get more attention on YouTube. The game dev videos definitely get a lot more views, but I'm not chasing views. So if I was chasing views, I'd definitely chase this game dev journey a little bit more, right? If I was just purely trying to get my Twitch and YouTube viewer numbers up, I would chase the game dev journey. But I feel that this is distracting me more from my app dev, and when I have those days of I don't know how to balance it, right? So when you create content, people start to get used to the content, right? And you can't just it's not easy if you just go with what you feel like, because then actually people don't show up. And I kind of like the interactive aspect to the stream, right? So it's a balance. It's a hard balance to find. Um, uh, yeah, gaming streams, people don't, because again, people aren't looking for that content from you. They've come to you for specific development. I haven't on Twitch. The reason I'm happy to kind of move on from this for right now is on Twitch, I have not gained a lot of followers through the game dev journey. On YouTube, I've gained a lot of views, but I've not gained a lot of followers on Twitch, and I haven't had as much interaction. The first couple of weeks, I got some really good interaction from game dev, but it's not like I need to do this. But you still need to calculate a few spreadsheets to put satisfactory. That is a big game. Yes, that is it is a fun game, but it's a big game. So yeah, I'm like, okay, well, I really my brain right now is not on one gaming stream on the weekend. I do some gaming streams, but I do them on the weekend, so they're completely out of my normal schedule. How do you do double streaming? Oh, the YouTube and Twitch thing. I have a plugin. Um, I have uh, is this plugin? Share. And you just configure your YouTube stream details, and then you can actually link it so when you hit start streaming, they both start, and when you hit stop, they both stop. Challenges of multi-stream, chat. So right now I'm using Restream, right? So I'm using Restream chat. You can still use Restream chat without using Restream's product, which is good. But you have to when you start the stream up, you actually have to go in and create an event in Restream for the YouTube stream. Otherwise, it won't actually start showing chat. Yeah. StreamerBot. Right. So StreamerBot can show you chat from both. But if you want the chat to go to both so that both are included, StreamerBot can't do that I know of. StreamerBot is StreamerBot's good, but StreamerBot is a Swiss Army knife of things, and I think it's it's very confusing. But yeah, I want to play. I want to make games, right? I do want to build games. But right now, launch a new project, not a new project. I need to focus on the main project. I need to have that time available. So I need to be in an app dev space or an application. If you say app, most people think phones. Um, not just a shortening of application. But I need to be in that space. So maybe Monday and Tuesdays, um, if that's what people want. People are bored of that. So the interaction fell away on that, right? You were the only one interacting. And I was doing a lot of the development. So maybe Water Drink Water, I develop a different UI for so that we can show that it can be done. Um, yeah, that's true. Although without the project streaming, it's less on my mind. Yeah, it's a hard challenge, right? Trying to balance. Here's the content. Here's what you want to do, but then keep my energy levels up. Because if my energy levels fall on something, which is again why I'm just going to pause the pause the game dev thing for now, is because if my energy levels fall, it's going to show. Hard to get excited about Water Drink Water. It's not so much as hard to get excited, it's hard to gauge the value people get from things. Because again, a lot of what I want to do is be able to um not only share the journey, but also be able to empower people. And actually, the last couple of days in the Discord has been the most active the Discord has been, but it's actually been a lot of fun being able to drop in the chat, and Mems was in there yesterday, and you jumped in there. I saw yesterday. We could do my Capcom written project. Well, that's your Capcom written project. um, and what would we do? Because again, you're the domain expert there, so that's the challenge there. So I've got to get energy, basically, is where I need to be. I need to have some energy for what I'm doing. I need to make sure that I keep that in. There's a ton of functionality to add, but yeah. Um, as a project for um, analysis and design, I'll be honest, the CAD project is very appealing because just talking through that with you the other day was quite interesting. Because again, our different approaches to it, the different toolings, like my brain runs away with all sorts of other ideas and stuff. So from that aspect, it was interesting, but I don't know if I could sit there and program that. So um, yeah, domain boundaries, becoming a domain expert, such as all relatively easy. But again, it's more, you know, I think yourself and a lot of people come in the stream. It's a good place to hang out. We can chat when we want to, and I think that's how people are mainly using the stream. They're not really using the stream for that interactivity. You are, because you're getting a lot, because you love that sort of stuff, right? You use a lot of those projects, and you interact a lot more than most people, but others don't. And if it's just you and me, then it's not as engaging to everybody else. It's a really tough balance. Again, I'm not chasing views necessarily. I want to make the content valuable, but I also want to make sure um, that I'm excited about what I'm doing and I'm energized. And believe me, I need to be energized with this. So it's just more. I want to have fun with what I'm doing. If I'm honest, right now, the main project is actually at a point where I could have some fun. Welcome back, because I think there's some really good stuff in there. My problem with the Cap company is similar. If you're saying it's not very interesting in terms of content, it's not so much. It's not so much. It's not interesting in terms of content. It's more. Yeah, views, no interactivity. Yes, this stream works well for me when I'm interacting with people like you, right? With smart people who care about what they're doing, want to get better, and are happy to chat about it, right? I mean, you as in this group that's actually chatting now, because you're regulars. Yeah, like I don't have a need personally. So again, chasing something that you're energetic about will make all the difference to how you approach it, and you know, um, sorry, my wife's chasing me on what breakfast looks like. Um, yeah, so it's just um, it is a challenge. Yeah, I mean that's worth doing, right? It's worth doing if you're going to stream as well, then doing something that you actually um again, I think we kind of went into this conversation the week, our reasons for streaming, etc. Mine is I want to share what I do. I want to be able to offer the chance for people to ask questions and engage and be able to talk about why I'm doing something, because a lot of when I started programming, right, there wasn't that person to ask. There wasn't someone there. I'm not saying I want to become a mentor specifically. It's more I want to make sure there's a community where people are comfortable asking questions, whether you're beginning or whether you're advanced. We can talk about the advanced stuff in an advanced way, or we can learn, oh, people are doing very different things, and really engage in that. And I think it's, you know, some streams are just make everything look easy and they're intimidating because they're doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Some streams are focused on the entertainment aspect, and people love that. People definitely love that. The entertainment aspect definitely jumps up the viewership. But I care more about the group of people in here than the number of people in here. I want to share, I want to interact, and I want to help staying honest and doing what I'm supposed to do. I went from streaming into public speaking because I like the sharing things so much. Yeah, yeah. And I've asked myself, is it a narcissism thing before? Right? Am I trying to show off? No, no. I've asked that question of myself. Am I just trying to show off? No, because it's warts and all, right? I don't hide when I'm struggling. I don't hide when something doesn't make sense. Um, if I feel particularly dumb, I try and hide it because I don't want to make sure I don't want to sit there and get upset. But I do feel that being confident with what we do and comfortable being wrong is important to share, especially for people who are newer. Um, Again, we were talking the other day on Boring Guy's stream. He has been streaming all sorts of crazy hours because why would you not stream until 5 a.m. your time? Um, um, there's no right way. There's there's ways that people tell you to do things, and the more opinionated people tend to get their way, and say this is the only way or this is the right way. But then we struggle once we hit a different challenge. So yeah, yeah. I think from the community engagement aspect, um, I think doing more weekend drop-ins and being available for chats and stuff on a weekend is probably something I'm going to do a little bit more of. Try and help, help if you need help, or talk if you want to talk. So things like that, Dota, like your cab company project could be something that's really good to hang out on a weekend and chat about off stream, because then we can engage more interactively and also try and look at some of the problems. We're adding more tests at work. It's going to be interesting when all our tickets move backwards. Eh? Um, so let's do this. Let's go here. So yeah, I'm interested, by the way, if anyone has any opinions, thoughts, or suggestions on, you know, what you'd like to see. Is what I'm doing just a background noise? Um, I know that some people find it quite um, productive when someone's doing stuff like this. So again, well, me being productive and happy will make that easier because then I'm sat happily coding along and not actually focused on stuff like this. But capture score, that's what I'm afterwards. If so, we're going to do var score input. Did I call it score input? No, I call it capture score. I'm on the fence at doing it, but there's a lot of architecture that makes it an appealing project. Yeah, there are some good challenges in there. Some good discussions to be had as well. I think there's some things that I would definitely raise up that would be interesting to talk about. But again, I think that might work well for like a weekend, office hours sort of chat. Than it is, yeah. Need to set up my ads. Assume it works. Make sure it doesn't stop working and everything won't work, but fix then. Yeah. I got a new set of windows. How you doing? Apex, welcome back. Doing good. Um, I think quite like starting a new Windows install. Equals texture. That'll not work. Yeah. So what I need to do, capture score. That's why I was going to call it that. Capture score. Um, how do I do this then? Because that doesn't seem to work. I just keep starting Blender up and seeing that cube. Let's unpin from the taskbar. If I need Blender, then things have gone really well. So we've got our aircraft. We are getting yeah, so the first challenge. So I didn't get a high score, so the input didn't show. That's awesome. Um but why does that score now get squished? The container it's in is not. Let's see. No. Um so as I just learned, I can actually change this on the fly because again, game over screen contains the VBox, contains the high score. So the scores are there, that are down. So it does change things. Expand 250 pixels. Does this change anything right now? Yes, it does. That breaks everything. Oh, because it changes the size flags, right? So fill, expand. So all I'm doing here, by the way, is I'm just changing these. Obviously, I can't show you because that's great to make a mess. Mojo, good morning. How you doing? So again, I could change these and yeah. So the vertical flags have no impact on that. Um, the child components here. Good, good. I actually wrote code on stream and didn't start a new project. Good job, good job. Sorry I couldn't catch it. I was on my way to karate last night. Mr. Jones, good afternoon. How you doing? Joe also recently took up streaming. Still needs a profile picture. Um, and an urge to create a Twitch chatbot. Oh, you're at that phase. um, over the weekend, now we start a project somewhere that was a bunch of gadgets in it. Me and my brother made tic-tac-toe with a joystick controller. Nice. It's like 3D printed parts for your printer. Yeah, yeah. It was really cool. Let me show them how to code. Nice. And YouTube VJs. Hey, how are you? I'm doing good. How are you? That's nice. I love playing with electronics projects and stuff like that. Gadget stuff. I have a lot of those things. So what I'm trying to work out right now is why this now this condenses, right? So this didn't condense previously. Um, this worked fine when it was at this level. So it's something to do with the VBot squishing it down. But the problem is like, so if I do stop that, if I do here and I do just add child, right? This will probably work. There you go. See, that works. However, my high score bots needs to pop on the end. So, and it should have shown because I had a high score. Um, my brother kept accusing me of not knowing what I'm doing by the end of it. So, writing code is one thing. Showing someone else is a completely different thing. Because you don't know everything, right? So you're learning along the way. And yeah, it's a weird language too. The Adrenal. Yeah, the C style. Yeah, yeah. It's a C. I think it is C or C. I think it is C based, or if not, it's actually C. So there's a lot of pain in constructing a string. Yeah. Can I put? Okay, so this didn't happen. So let's run that. So for anyone new to the stream, I am currently trying to learn some game dev. It's not my standard stream fare, but it is. It has been. Um, oh, that's why it has been. Hey Dan, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How's it going? I have been lurking. doing? Who am I? What is happening? Um, game over. Game over scene. That's going to be a challenge. So game over. We show the scene. Weird. I raided you. Yeah. Did you not? Did things not look right? You are showing as a raider. It said 4 people raided me. Yeah. Yeah. You raided me. You are there. See, as a raider. Yeah. Sometimes computers are sent to test you. The reason is I'm not showing that. So when I do like technology, yeah. Um, on end of game, on restarting it, on end of game, invoke. Yep, no worries, Dan. Thank you very much for the raid. Um, so the challenge I'm having right this second is okay, well, I've got all these things, the game manager doing all this magic and whatnot. But the um I have a challenge of who knows what about what, right? I've kind of creating myself a little bit of a mess here. So the game over scene, I create a new one. I set up the things. That's awesome. That works great. So I suppose game over. Probably shouldn't do that outside of that. Um, game over scene. Well, the problem is I don't know. I don't know about the score, right? Because the game over. It does have scorekeeper. And we do set it to scorekeeper.score before we reset everything. So if we're doing here, if we do export, private, I score table. Oh, look. Mm, no, can't call it scoring. Mm. Feel like I'm chasing my own tail here, but we'll get there. I'm not trying to rush to the end of this project, right? I'm just trying to I want to get the high scoring, and when I've got the high scoring, I've got all the pieces I kind of want. I'll be able to capture the input. I know when I'm disabling things. I've got scenes switching. I've got all sorts of stuff that I understand now that I didn't understand several weeks ago. The reason I'm concluding this project is because, again, I have lost a little bit of energy for this right this second and gained a lot of energy in my main project, which I need to make forward progress on. And every time I take a couple of days of, because this is my only dev time. So every time I take the Monday and Tuesday to do the game dev, that's 4 hours I didn't get to do in my project that week. So I want to keep up that pace and introduce those technologies. There's no shame in just pausing this and going, "No, I'm not shiny my mind." It's not so much about shame; it's more about the routine. Put Acker in the game. um, we need microservices and test. I usually agree that if you have the energy for the other project, you should do it. You know what we're going to do? We're going to really not do this very well. I can't. So right now, I can't think of a better name, right? And I don't need conflicts of namespaces, etc. So rather than try and fight myself on that, I'm going to put it there until something else inspires me, and then I should be good, right? So let's refactor that. Adjust the namespaces. Yeah, I kind of like having the namespaces in place. I'm pretty sure you don't have to, but it's kind of nice too. We need microservices and tests. So what are you trying to name? It's just the scoring stuff. It's like I've kind of claimed every single name within that thing. High score, scorekeeper, scoring. I've got score record in there as well, which is like right. Score takes a score record because yeah, there's some horrible naming conflicts in here. So rather than worry about it right this second, what I'll do is I'll make it work, and then I'll come back around and yeah, play his hyper performance. This isn't an 80s video game. It just looks like one. Um, so what we'll do here is we will do. That drives me nuts. I hate that. I don't like having. I don't hate it. It's not, but I don't like having the namespaces in there. Rise be great. So high score table again. Naming. That's the high score. That is going to be in the game mobile scene. That's the high score. So that's actually let's make that a little bit more explicit. Right. It's the high score. Oh, can't believe I didn't pick up on that troll. Oh, well done, Mr. Jones. Well done. Is there a kill switch in the eyes got linked to active yet? Burn down charts at the scoreboard. Oh dear. So on the main project stuff, right? I do want to again, we've got to the point where, and this is probably why I'm probably excited about it, is because I'm actually being able to start demonstrating how I want to use it. And as I move forward with notifications, with users, etc., things become a little bit more apparent, and it's gaining traction. It's gaining momentum, not traction, momentum. What happens, program? So you start with the PHP trolls. Um, you know, you need to start up a stream at some point. Oh, what time later on? Delta, thank you very much for coming and hanging out. Have a great day of work and see you soon. Yeah, Mr. Jones, you should start up a stream. And Delta, yeah. More should consider the projects. Yeah. Well, it was nice to see Delta start up a stream again this weekend. So very worth a follow. There's a lot of has so far done kind of a lot of those Carter style projects, but also like digging in and trying to get better at the testing and the practices and stuff. So definitely give Dota a follow. So when he does stream, you can catch him. Mr. Jones, you need to stream. Um, okay, so high score table. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have to put a method in here, public void show, and then we're going to do dot show with scorekeeper dot score. This feels just like I'm just chaining everything together in an awful way. So I'm not wholly on board with what I'm doing here, but we'll we'll get there. So game over now has a method show. So game manager gets a game over. That's what I need to do. It's game over. No, so game over dot show. So that now should put the pieces together. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Big fail. A big fail. Here's a lesson. When you move things around inside a Godot, go back and check that the scripts all still work properly because that looks like it's working, but I don't think it's working. Because that's expecting them into the high score folder, right? I deleted that directory. Do you plan on using Liquid Sky to manage a game project? I plan on using Liquid Sky to manage every project once I get to that point. Um, so what I'm considering doing is doing some off stream screen sharing to people who want to hang out in the Discord, and maybe going through some of the deployment challenges. So maybe asking for a little help from the community there in terms of, okay, I need to do some deployment stuff. So, here's so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a little box, and I mean a little box. What is it? Let's see it right now, but I mean a little Linux box. So I'm going to wipe that, get that installed with a Linux distro, and put Kubernetes on there, or micro KAS more particularly, and probably go through that off stream, but probably stream it to Discord. Um, get that configured. Then once I've got Liquid Sky in a good point, then I'm going to um, start using it for project management overall, and try and use it for every single project I do from then on. So whenever we do side projects and stuff, eventually, what I'd like to do is be able to open that up a little bit and share it. Um, I have, and then other people can use it. Where are you? Oh, that's awesome. Go, Daddy. I had some fun over the weekend. Um, that's just that's just GoDaddy picking that, by the way. I didn't do anything. I just said, yeah, put a landing page there. But I registered liquidsky.software, just so I had a domain to hook up to stuff with, because then I can make it public and do routing properly. But yeah, that's just a super appropriate um, background from GoDaddy. You're sub. Why do you not get? I did. Hold on. I did before, yes. That's quite a weird film. I get why. Yeah, that's funny. You can screw up the SEO for a favorite cool movie of mine. No, I'm not. I'm only using that for when I come up with an actual product name, then it will get an actual name. But for right now, I had done that. I had looked it up the first time you mentioned it, and I'd forgotten. That's quite the plot. um, Maybe I'm not subbed enough. Yeah, but anyway, well, I got a domain name because it will mean that I can actually kind of provide. I've done it before with stuff, so I can allow people to test it. But that's kind of my idea. Is I want to be able to um, get people to be able to come on and test it. So um, I'll probably do a bit of that stuff, and once I get deployed, then I'll start actually using it. But we need a few more things there first. Okay, just that. Problem is it is going to score. You're going to be broken as well. I thought Godot normally resets them when it loses track of the actual scripts. It normally resets them. It doesn't reset. So let's see what happens now. One trap, by the way. Come on. We're missing one more. Game over.show. Oh, we didn't get the access to the actual high score table. Game over. High score table. Let's start up. There's your problem. Why is that not firing? What? Why? Oh, it's not one thing, it's another for me right now. Like, this reminds me of when I was first learning to program, very much so, in that I wasn't really trying to figure out how to do things correctly. I was just trying to keep, like, it's whack-a-mole, right? And that's what's frustrating me and amusing me at the same time. If you've seen the movie, you understand why the name's like that. Um, I had not heard about the movie. I did not know there was a movie. It was a I was kind of thinking about something, and that was what came into my head. Um, but yeah, this feels like whack-a-mole, and this worries me because normally if I start feeling like this in when I'm building software, if I start feeling like it's whack-a-mole, then I oftentimes again that pain. Like listen to the way things are going, right? Don't just proceed to make it work because that's going to create a mess later. Here I don't care as much, but I do still care in that I'm just going, oh well, this is pushing. What's this now doing? And now I'm changing this and breaking this. Um, but yeah, I'd say normally if is happening in your software, stop and listen, right? Pay attention to why you're doing things and not just chasing the next bug and the next bug and the next bug. It's not always about that. Sometimes something's gone off and you should assess it. Why does Ready not fire on a node? Being a bit of a poop to my nephew right now. Oh, if he doesn't have a LinkedIn profile within 5 minutes, he isn't getting any help from me anymore. How does a LinkedIn? Is he? Oh, he's trying to get a, a job or forcing someone to get a LinkedIn profile seems like a really harsh way of handling things. Ah, gotcha. And he's trying to get into tech. Okay, so apparently, starting it up again without any changing anything doesn't fix things miraculously. Uh, I'm not sure. He's a bit lazy. I think everyone has a lazy streak. I'd be scared to try and get into tech today. That's a common problem it seems now. Yeah, the phone. I'd be lying if, as a parent, if I didn't say that the phone worries me. Why are you not firing? This is not funny. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm meant to be doing here. So the game over scene has the game over script, right? It links to it. It's fine. Linked in your real. So that's an interesting point, right? If you're trying to build a career right this second, like you're getting started, how do you But how do you put your resume out there? In tech, I mean, trying to get into tech, not necessarily all into fields, but because I've had pushback on the whole GitHub idea. Not everyone agrees with using GitHub as some sort of portfolio. Like, how do you get your information out there and tell people, "Hey, I'm looking"? Because there's that much noise these days. Unless you are one of the people that stands out because you've developed something phenomenal, right? But where do you apply for jobs? What resources do you use for applying for jobs? And I know that's going to be different based on country. Do you have a list of boards I can drop into Discord? More than welcome to. Yeah, that would. It interests me because I think there's a lot of people. I mean, there's several people that have come through this stream, several people that have asked me directly about how did they get started in their career. And again, I had a non-traditional path, and I think there's several of you in here that have followed a similar path. Um, and you know, once you've got past that that junior phase, then it's a little easy to promote yourself as with a resume. But even then, it's now there's a lot of GitHub is the best way to showcase your ability when experience doesn't exist. If you're being honest, how do you highlight your GitHub? Right? How do you feel your GitHub best represents what you're capable of? I know mine doesn't, mainly because the biggest project I've got in there is private, but um, mine makes it look like I've used GitHub as a repository of just crazy ideas for years. Feel attacked. I feel seen. Yeah, I mean, what does GitHub say about me, right? And I'm come on, just relinquish the window. It's the worst part about this entire application. I go to my GitHub, right? Uh, Dashboard. That helps, right? You go to my profile on GitHub. It says I've got a lot of activity. It also says I've got 54 repositories that are public. Oh, 54 repositories, not all public. A lot of them are, but and I've been active for 13 years in there, but um, well, the no experience part is important, but it's a portfolio. I don't think of another way to highlight. I can do this even through my low managers is empty. Yeah, I mean, I've talked to people um who do development, hiring and stuff, and they don't use GitHub. They don't look at GitHub. I've put it on my resume, but yeah, public one. Mr. Jones, by the way. You can look at my own PHP MVC framework. Yeah. Another key is connection. I had a friend who was not inside of CompSci and was able to get a junior position based on me saying we should hire him. That's a risky play, doesn't always work. Plus, it can harm your rep too. Yeah, you've got to be confident that your friend can. Sorry for the mic bomb there. You've got to be confident that your friend can actually do the job. If you're going to pull someone in based upon, your recommendation. And I'm procrastinating here solidly, by the way. Um, yeah, getting into a role, especially when you're 18 years old, or because in non-traditional, I don't think there's a way that works for two people the same. I got lucky to break in 2022. I've thought about that. Like I've said before that I was lucky, or I got, I wasn't lucky. I put my resume out there, and someone decided to look for a junior. Um, I certainly wasn't paid stunning for a while. Um, but I don't think it's luck. I think someone saw something that they felt was your resume landed across someone's desk, and you I don't know, that doesn't track in today's your resume appeared on someone's email. Um, so when I was doing interviews, it's a great way to engage with the applicant about the projects they worked on. You could talk with them about what they did, ask about various parts of the code and other things that I forgot because I interrupted myself with writing more code. And I agree. I'd love to see more applicants put their GitHub on a resume because it gives you something to focus on. But a lot of people don't do it. A company legitimately said they trained me and moved me to software engineering. Yeah, it's an awesome step. Of course, into the GitHubs, which is helpful. Yeah, I know LinkedIn has become a little bit more less prolific in the last couple of years. Um, or more, not less prolific, but yeah, I think you know what I mean. I've seen more people say bad things about LinkedIn, mainly because I mean it's just a lot of spam, and I get, even I get like, oh, sign up for this, sign up for that, sign up for this. So I don't know about the contributing to open source. I'm not sure about that one. As being a big, I mean, again, things like water drink water, right? That's not really an open source project with value, but it's an open source project with opportunity and a community that can talk, and it actually does give you that practice. If you want to embrace that thing, then that's why I build things like that, is to say, hey, you want to work with a team? Let's go through the process of doing PRs. Let's go through the process of reviews. Let's talk about these. It's actual experience that I'm offering there, right? Um, Most open source projects don't function like that, though, right? They function as, I want to make a change to it. I'm going to make a PR. I might chat in a board. Some projects do. I would imagine there's a lot of passionate projects out there, but they're very intimidated to join in on as well. Um, LinkedIn feels like snake oil social media. Um, oh yeah, yeah, it's 100%. It depends on the community. Yeah. But that's why I build things like the water projects. It's not necessarily because I love building random apps every time and starting far new. It's because that seems like a good kind of content that you can everyone can really understand the concept. Everyone can pick and choose how they use the project. But also, if you want to interact and you want to go through those PRs and you want to talk about the software and you want to engage in a conversation and actually add functionality, you're able to. Um, I'm biased and a big proponent of open source in general. I hope to make it back to the open source company I intended for. Intend for. Awesome. Yeah. Uh, I'm hungry. Uh, this is I replaced that. That works. The problem is that the game over, which I didn't move game over. Game over is exactly where it was. Yeah, it's still the same. Start firing the constant attacks. You've got you've got a lot of energy, and it means you're like trying to find the things that entertain you and tinker with and interest you. You're just chasing that down. It's fine. I have that energy. I would do a lot of start file news, right? I'm just as bad. It's just I try to be of late because of the main project thing. I try to hold myself back and be more disciplined and make choices. Like my game PC, it's not that I don't want to play games. I want to start up and play a few rounds of Apex or something, or play a few rounds of Civ or something. But I I know that if I do that, I'll lose a day or I'll lose a weekend because I just sit playing games. So I literally have stuff sat on top of my keyboard for my gaming PC to my right. So I can't just. It's a pain to move it all and change and move things around. Um, so I am just as bad at the file new. I'm just trying to be more focused of late. And actually, coming back to your comment, Mojo, I completely blew over your Aspire shilling for the day. Um, I'm happy to talk about Aspire. I'd love to understand um, how to get Aspire working in a Kubernetes environment. It's definitely an option, but I do not want to put this in the cloud right now. The Liquid Sky stuff. It's a habit outside of programming too. Yep, yep. I will highlight. I have a large games collection. I have a lot of electronics. I have 3D printers, woodworking tools. Yeah, I think a lot of people like us are project collectors. Nice. Maybe we'll look at it. Maybe if you've got some time, once I've got to a good point with the the onboarding users part, which is the next step. Um, maybe you and I can get some time and sit down and you can kind of walk me through some stuff. Connie, good day. How are you doing? Why don't you fire? This does not work. What did I break? This was working. No, I don't want you to break. Uh, this message is enchanting with magical luck that improves the code right now. Hold on. Oh, look, it It worked. It's deleting my code. Delete project. The answer is quickly becoming no. Um, game over. Game over scene is not a part of the application until I do. It creates game over. So why does ready not fire? Oh, ready's not going to fire until I add it to the scene. It's not initialized the components yet. That's why that's not working. I think it was Scott Hanselman's podcast that has an Aspire dev on it. Nice. Yes. No. Okay, next problem. Can I do this? No, you can't. You fail again. Path not found, high score table. Okay, so that's because that is now. Why? But I've created it. But that final score label is there. So why does high score table not get? Yeah, and it did that. It populated this. So that worked. It's just that this didn't work. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to mess around with that. I'm going to do it the way I know, the other way I know. Um. Bu- 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 Okay. Got a feature working finally. Nice. It's not showing the high score. Just took for literally ever. Oh dear. Yeah. Some days are like that, right? High score table, VBox container, capture score, HBox container. So we don't have scores. That's fine. But also, oh, there we go. Okay, so that's sadly not all features happen quickly. Some features take a little bit of a journey. Uh, sorry, my wife just sent me a picture of one of the dogs who's trying to steal a sandwich, and I'm generally the only one that can make them stop trying to steal sandwiches. Do that now. So now game over, scrolls container, scores. Well, that doesn't work there now, but this isn't happening now. So that's another challenge. Um, so no matter what, this should load. Let's put that there. And put that there. Let's remove that. Okay, so we do hit that. We do get scores. Yeah. And we do. Yeah. Oh. Score can come. Oh. There's your problem. That is high score. Score component needs to be a score component. That's why. Now it's going to work perfectly. Well, it's showing my input. Why is that? Why is that the entry point there? That's frustrating. But you should show the score. So this works, right? So this is actually figured that out now. But the scores themselves aren't showing. Again, I feel like I'm just going from one disaster to the next. Let's remove that. Things were working better when everything was in the root node. Of course, what I've done is I've committed as I've made progress on this, by the way. Because I'm a professional. Object reference. Oh, because everything reset. Watch. Yeah. Player initials. When I reset these scripts, everything resets in here. That's what I was confusing for. Features. That's just a general exclamation. There we go. Okay. So it's still wrong. This is still broken. Because this should go at the bottom. That's what I want to happen. We go over here now and see what game over looks like. Right. High score table. Yeah. Capture score sits right at the top. So the question there is, how do I add the ordering in to make sure that the capture score goes to the bottom of the high score table? Because then that would pop up here and that would make everything work fine and awesome. And yeah. And why doesn't that push content down? That's another challenge. So the capture score. That was me yesterday. I finally wrote an endpoint that inserts a record into the DB and then another endpoint that my front end uses to get the data. Nice. Yeah, I think one of the things I need to embrace more of is this and I have the mentality most of the time, I just need to embrace it, is not to worry too much about am I doing something. I've kind of mentioned it a lot, but not to worry I'm doing it the right way, or I need to do this first, or this needs to be done, right? And I can that's where Quanto, hello. Unit testing can actually help in terms of the behavior, because you can focus on the actual thing you need to do. As long as you don't say, oh, well, I need this, and oh, I need this, and I need this, and I need this. As long as you can stay focused on what it is actually you're capturing and what you're doing, unit testing can help you focus on that and stop you drifting off into, oh, well, now I need a database, and now I need this, and now I need that. You can stay focused on the thing you're doing. Forgot I wrote this project using Next.js and then had to remember TypeScript. It's finally getting used to Blazor. Oh, no one's perfect. Blazor shade. I need to order that box to the bottom. Come on, I just want one little thing to end this on a high. If you can get that input working, it'll be a success. So the idea would be, right, I just type in my initials and then it's like, okay, you're done now. And it'll insert you in high score record. And then the next time I load, that should be that. Right. No errors now, but the ordering is wrong. So that being said, that wasn't failing for that reason before. Angular feels like PHP to me. Ah, how? How can you even claim that if that's not even a troll? Okay, we had a control node. Move that up there. Scoreboard. I'm gonna do it the other way. I'm gonna do it this way. Bannable offense. I'm gonna start getting some shade for being horrible to PHP all the time. As I've said before, PHP is not bad. Modern PHP is not bad. It suffers from so many years of terrible code. Um, uh, um, um, that's the challenge with PHP. Scores container. That's that. Scoreboard. Okay, let's see if that changes that order. Come on. I need that control to expand. So I'm back at my initial problem. Something 70% of the internet. Yeah, I mean PHP's been around for a long time. It's evolved, and again, it's just not. Hello, Goldilocks. How you doing? Horizontal, vertical, expand. Just want this to work. Why not want to work? Just gonna move that off screen so I can change these things. Okay, so the fill there needs to be on. So I'll stop that running again. What does it? Does it actually remember what you did? It's awesome. So again, I'm trying to get the score. Okay, so now that's showing there, but I need the score to expand this control. Gotta get ready for work later. Mojo, thank you very much for hanging out. Have a great day at work. I need to put some cycles of some shout outs in here because I'm looking through the list of chatters and there's a lot of streamers. It doesn't tell me who I shouted out. So, for anyone new to the stream, what I'm trying to do right now is build a high score table into my little game here. I'm trying to get the scores to show. I can either have the scores showing or I can have the input stuck in the middle of the scores. I seem to not be able to have both. Expand vertical. Let's try that. And my problem is I'm guessing because I don't know. I don't know what to ask necessarily, and I don't know what to. So see that push that up and down. I'm happy with that part. That's okay. The problem is this now needs to expand into that, and it doesn't do it. I'm okay with the this text being at the bottom overall. So that condenses that. Fill, expand. I mean, it looks better in the middle, right? It looks better there, but I need this table to expand. So clearly that would be the scoreboard. But that doesn't do what I want it to do. Do, 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 do. Doesn't do that. What happens if I make that a VBox? Oh, not a CBox, a VBox container. Stop running. Layout, transform this code as a child of a container. It's okay. Vertical size flag, container sizing. Expand vertical. Expand horizontal. What is the worst that can happen at this point? Yes. Almost. Oh, come on. Now may escape to exit and space to try again. Don't get shifted down. But that's okay. That's better than nothing, right? Let's see. This might be okay. I'm going to move these off screen again. As much as I want to share that. So the capture score, layout, transform. Interesting. That changes all sorts of behavior. V center wide. I just kind of want this to break. That doesn't. Does that need to be? What do I mean? That a V box? Does this need to be a V box? Okay, let's give this another go. Oh, look at that. It's like I know what I'm doing finally. Kinda. I mean, expanding that would be good. Let me move that. I mean, I might be asking for possible here, but that is okay. Let's just go with that for now. Finish this up. Okay. So it might not be perfect, but it is there. And what I need to do now is when I show that score, stop that running. When I show that score, I want to high score capture is the that's why. It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter what the control is. It just yeah. We add in yeah, this feels like it's its own control, doesn't it? Manatonics, welcome in. How you doing? How are things? Not bad. I'm trying to put a pin in this mini game project. So I've been a developer for a long time. I've been doing game dev. I've been trying to pick up some game dev just to try and learn and do something different for the last couple of months now. On Mondays and Tuesdays. And today I've been struggling through trying to put a high score in here. So just trying to learn about Godot and creating like a 1942. So I'm just trying to figure out how to put the I'm going to create a control for this and put that in. But yeah, it's looking okay. You a game developer? Um, my normal streams are about application development. I do a lot of distributed system stuff and things like that. Um, but games in general are something that fascinate me. I love video games. Oh, gotcha, that's pretty cool. Is this the first game you made others? Nope, this is the first time I've actually tried to get far enough to actually call it a game. This is the furthest I've ever got with anything like this. So I've been struggling my way through and doing it on stream because why not? If I make that a control, save branches scene, overlay, overlay, make this. Just picked up game dev about 6 months ago, so I guess I'm technically a dev now. Well, technically, actually. You making anything specific? Score input. Okay, so with this is this now, I can create a script for. Let's just whack it out. Oh, dude. Oh my goodness me. Score input does this. Just do the right thing. So what I'm trying to capture here now is I need to get the line edit, and when I type in something in the line edit, those initials, Apex, thank you very much for coming and hanging out. Glad you got your computer back up and running. Look forward to future streams. I decided to go psychopath route and jump right into making the main game I want to make, but it's reasonable in scope. My elevator pitch is that it'll be like Pokemon plus chess. Fair enough. It doesn't sound ambitious at all. Um, yeah, for me, because I've done so much application development, my brain, like game development and game engines and stuff, like didn't make a lot of sense, and how I wire scripts to scenes and how I manipulate controls and how I move things around and what needs to know about what. These are all concepts that challenge me. So what I decided to do is kind of create the little shoot 'em up because I can practice moving things around on screen. I can capture input. I can deal with scenes. I can do all sorts of different things there and learn. My ultimate game, my my main game that I want to make ultimately would be um, kind of a train railroad tycoon style game where it's about resource management and I'm not a train nerd, but I love the resource management aspects of city builders stuff. So that would be my ultimate game. I don't know if I'll be picking that one up anytime soon, but it would be my ultimate game. Okay, so placeholder text, alignment left, alignment center, uh, expand, clear button. No, we don't need that. Drag and drop, selection enable, deselect, middle mouse. No, no. Oh, you're the first I've seen that wants to make a tycoon type game as their end focus. Since I was a kid, I've loved those sorts of games, and I wish I had more time for them these days. But sitting down and playing Railroad Tycoon on the Amiga when I was a kid was a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I just love the idea of the resource management aspect of saying, okay, well, I want to move this from here to here. I want to build up a city. I want to build up resource. I want to build up a population and stuff, and how to do that program. I think it's from the programming perspective that I'm actually more fascinated than anything else. It's like it seems like so many things to keep track of, and I know that a lot of it's like magic, or rather, smoke and mirrors. But in the same, it's pretty fascinating to see how that's to figure out how that's done. Okay, I'm just procrastinating on doing this now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach that score input script to this, and I want an event on there, um, which will be, I don't know. I'm not going to deciding whether I'm using signals or events directly yet, so I'm just going to stick with my events the way I know them. So I want public event action. Yeah, so public event action. This is going to pass in a string. Yeah, on score submitted. There you go. No, that's score submitted, not on score submitted. So what I need to do next is I need to capture that input field. And when that input field's got 3 characters in it, Magnetonics, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. When that score is submitted, then I need to invoke this event, and that event will get listened to from in here, and then this high score capture basically is what I'll show, and when that submits its score, that will get added. Yeah. That's the goal. But fortunately, it is 9 a.m. I do have a job, and sadly, I can't do this for a living. So I'm gonna raid out to full bots. I will be back tomorrow. I will be doing. I will not be doing game dev tomorrow. I'll be back on my main project. So again, I am an application developer, and I'm building an application for project management and work tracking stuff. I've got to find the right terms to describe my project. But yeah, I will continue doing the game dev stuff. Just for right this second, I do need to get some focus on this stuff. Um, yep. Thank you very much for the follow, Magnetonics. And actually, by the way, Spyro the Dragon, awesome game. Uh, um, I clicked on your profile to see if you're a streamer as well. So yeah, Spyro the Dragon is an awesome game. Well then, thank you very much. Been fun, and yeah, I will. Yeah, online. There's also an application developer and streamer, and streams awesome projects, and a lot of different aspects than I do, which are also fascinating. Yeah, I remember when Spyro the Dragon released. So let's go see Fullbots. Being that we are staying on the game dev track, Fullbots has been building a puzzle game for many months now. He's only just started stream, so he'll be surprised that I'm just raiding straight into him. But he's building an awesome looking puzzle game, and he's kind of winding up for that release on Steam and stuff. So not shout out, go and raid Fullbots. So thank you very much for joining me. I will be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern. Uh, and yeah, we'll do some application development, get some users registering and stuff. So take care all. Bye.